Good day, St. Maarten. I'm Yesenia Lazaro.
And I'm also Lawrence.
And welcome back to another edition of St. Maarten NEWSDESK.
Brought to you by TV15.
We bring the latest and most important stories around the island and beyond.
It was a long week. I know we're trying to get to the weekend, but before that, let's check out these top headlines. Curaçao hosts massive motorcade to honor World Cup team. Curaçao on Wednesday staged a major island-wide celebration to welcome home its national football team after their historic qualification for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The players were greeted with a large government-organized victory motorcade that began at Hato Airport around 4:30 p.m. and traveled through several neighborhoods before ending at Waikaat in Willemstad, where hundreds of fans gathered. The celebration featured a lively pre-show with DJ Argenis, Querta, and a performance by Grupo Oriri, followed by an official ceremony that included a blessing, the national anthem, and remarks by Sports Minister Sitri van Heendoorn. Prime Minister Gilmar Pisas, officials of the Curaçao Football Federation, and the team's technical staff. Performers such as Amy Nia Feliz, Amos Valentin with We Are Curaçao, and Gian with his hit Blue Wave added to the festivities atmosphere before the team was formally honored on stage. In recognition of the milestone, Minister of VVRP and Finance Charles Cooper announced a half-day off for all civil servants, encouraging the private sector to do the same so the community could fully participate. Government offices closed at 11 a.m. and schools at noon to ensure island-wide attendance. Curaçao's qualification marks one of the proudest moments in the nation's sports history, and Wednesday's motorcade captured the joy and unity felt across the island. The first instance on Wednesday convicted two young men in unrelated gun possession cases, with both now having the right to appeal. In the first case, 20-year-old Shignairo Metura received 24 months in prison, with 20 months suspended and 3 years probation. He was also ordered to complete 60 hours of community service. The second case involved 21-year-old Jason Arundel, who was caught on August 9th with a Glock handgun loaded with 8 live rounds. He admitted having the weapon, but said he had felt threatened and acted out of fear. Arundel was sentenced to 20 months with 10 months suspended, also on 3 years probation. This is Arundel's second conviction in just over 2 years. In 2023, he was sentenced under juvenile law to 4 years in a youth detention for attempted manslaughter after firing into a vehicle following a Pawn Island event in July 2022. One victim was left permanently paralyzed. At the time, prosecutors had sought an adult sentence of 9 years, but the court applied juvenile sentencing guidelines. Arundel had also been ordered to pay 50,000 guilders in damages to the victim's family. The court heard Wednesday that he had since found employment and recently began paying $200 per month. TEATT adjusts Christmas plans amid budget cuts. Minister of Tourism, Economic Affairs, Transport and Telecommunication, the Honorable Grisha Heilige-Martin, announced that St. Martin's traditional Christmas parade would not take place this year due to budget constraints. She delivered the update during the Council of Ministers press briefing, reassuring the public that Philipsburg would still offer a strong holiday atmosphere through alternative events. The Lighting Up Philipsburg experience is confirmed to return with festive decor and illuminated roundabouts similar to last year. A final date for the lighting ceremony was still pending, but the minister encouraged both residents and visitors to come out when it's announced. The ministry also introduced a Christmas boot pilot program along Walter Nisbet Road. 10 decorated booths will be available for vendors selling Christmas foods, drinks, crafts, and themed products. Applications will be open until November 26, with a logistics meeting set for November 28. The aim is to support small businesses while creating a unified holiday look in town. Another highlight is the upcoming Backstreet Bonanza, a two-day street fair scheduled for November 29th and 30th, organized with help from the Sint Maarten Tourism Bureau. The fair promised local vendors, artisanal goods, live entertainment, and a Santa Claus appearance. Admission is free, targeting families and holiday shoppers. Minister Heiliger Martin said the adjustments Minister Heiliger Martin says the adjustments are showing government's commitment to keeping the season festive despite limited resources, adding that Phillipsburg would still deliver a true Christmas experience for the community. And coming up later in the newscast, St. Maarten's digital future is taking shape. We sat down with two members of government to find out how the digital government transformation project is expected to streamline services and change daily life for residents. That exclusive conversation is ahead. But right now, Sunshine Report.
Twinkle Jam, and on November 29th, it's all about the LMAO comedy show. And guess who's going to be in the building? Boring. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your favorite grandmother, and I'll be in the building at the Elbow Comedy Show. You see that? It's not even Elmo. It's not LMAO. The message is Elmo. What is the LMAO? Laugh Mike, what it stands for? I can't say it, you're right. Because you're not sure. Yes, guys, come with your belly empty because Passion Cuisine gonna have good food. They're gonna have good music and entertainment, and you know we're gonna have good laughter with all the comedians are gonna be there. We're talking about Trinidad, we have Haiti, we have Sint Maarten, and Dominica. All the better come for the flag. Make sure all you come and represent. Make some noise in the place like it's Creole Festival Part 2, but just with laughter. You see? Guys, all you have to do it. So granted, not that I just he was missing that he was missing a substance. That's how people will come to the show now. See you guys in the building on November 29th. LMAO Comedy Show.
They want to give you big foot. Whoa, yeah. Big foot. They want to give you big foot. What that? Big foot. They want to give you big foot. Big foot. They want to give you big foot. What do the rid of them? In the name of Jesus. What do the rid of them?
Hey there, it's Mizzy with the Sunshine Report, straight out of Sunshine City, St. Maarten, bringing you all the warmth and the sunshine you need to kickstart your day. So let's dive into today's forecast and see how the skies are treating us. Don't forget to follow NEWSDESK on Facebook for your daily Sunshine Report. So as you enjoy the rest of your day, stay safe, stay friendly, Sunshine City.
Diabetes Foundation St. Maarten marked International Diabetes Day with Public Health Symposium. The Diabetes Foundation of St. Maarten concluded a successful International Diabetes Day program on November 14th, hosting an evening symposium in partnership with the Collective Prevention Services at the John Larmony Center. The event was live streamed by SZV and drew strong attendance from the general public. The 3-hour program featured a full lineup of health professionals, including physicians, a dietitian, an internist, an occupational therapist, and a diabetic nurse. Each speaker addressed key issues surrounding diabetes prevention, management, and long-term health impacts, offering insights tailored to the community. The symposium also included a short break with refreshments, followed by continued presentations and closing remarks from Diabetes Foundation Sint Maarten President Louis Waver. Afterward, attendees had an opportunity to meet the experts and ask additional questions. Throughout the event, the Diabetes Foundation provided free diabetes testing, encouraged residents to take advantage of early detection and monitoring. TFS publicly thanked all presenters and CPS for helping deliver an informative and community-focused program aimed at strengthening awareness during Diabetes Month. 5 students advanced in 2025 Rotary WIB Spelling Bee semifinals. The Rotary Club of St. Maarten Mid-Isle, in partnership with the Windward Islands Bank, held the 2025 Spelling Bee semifinals on Sunday, November 16th at Paradise Event Hall. 10 students from 7 schools across St. Maarten and Anguilla competed for a place in the grand finale. Schools represented included Asher Stevens Hillside Christian School, St. Dominic Primary, Seventh-day Adventists, Caribbean International Academy, Alwyn Allison Richardson School, Aurelia Kelly Primary, and Omolulu International. Participants received words of encouragement from Rotary President Esmeralda Richardson, Romy, and WIB Country Manager Daisy Carolus Tyrol, while Chairwoman Grace Linger outlined the rules and introduced moderators, judges, and timekeepers. Students completed 2 competitive rounds, spelling 20 words in total, with correct spellings displayed for the audience. At the end of an intense showdown, 5 students advanced to the November 30th finals. First, Emily Wati Jurika from Caribbean International Academy in St. Maarten. Amara Richards from the Seventh-day Adventist School in St. Maarten. Arudra Bharat from Aurelia Kelly Primary School in Anguilla. Eleanor Bradshaw from Aurelia Kelly Primary School in Anguilla. And Glory Hinnon from the Alwyn Allison Richardson Primary School in Anguilla. Moderators, timekeepers, and supporting interactors from St. Dominic High were recognized for their contributions. The Rotary Club extended gratitude to main sponsor Windward Island Bank and supporting sponsors including Tropical Shipping, Soul Antilles, Bell Tours, Music Man, Carl & Sons, and Bold Buddha. The competition continues to highlight Rotary's ongoing commitment to literacy, youth development, and community engagement. St. Maarten native Denicia Mead gains global recognition through Workday. St. Maarten native Denicia Mead is being recognized on the global stage after her image was featured in advertisements for Workday's upcoming Work Connect event across offices in the United States. Adding to the international spotlight, another photo of Denicia will be displayed at a Workday conference in Barcelona, Spain, highlighting her as part of the company's employee spotlight and global connectivity initiatives. Workday, a leading provider of human capital and financial management solutions, is showcasing Denicia to reflect the talent, dedication, and potential of individuals from St. Maarten. Representatives praise her achievement, noting that her success inspires the local community and demonstrates the value of perseverance and hard work. Denicia Mead's recognition reminds us of St. Maarten's hidden talents, making an impact worldwide. Before we wrap up today's program, we're diving into the government's new digital transformation push. What will it change, how fast, and what it means for you? 2 key officials joined us to break it all down, and that feature interview is coming up shortly, right after this break.
You know, we all talk about having rights. And yeah, we do.
We have the right to be safe,
the right to learn and get an education,
the right to speak up and be heard,
the right to dream big and build our future.
But listen, rights don't stand alone.
We also have responsibilities.
Real talk, if we want respect, we gotta give respect too.
St. Maarten is our home.
So let's protect it. keep our beaches clean, our streets clean, and show love to nature.
Healthy island, healthy future.
Our parents and guardians do a lot for us.
Let's show respect, talk to them, and listen, even when it's hard.
School prepares us for life.
So we show up, we stay focused, and we put in effort.
We want opportunities, so we work for them.
We are part of this community, every village, every culture, every neighborhood.
Let's be kind, positive, and supportive.
A stronger community starts with us.
And most importantly, we are responsible for ourselves.
We make healthy choices for our mind and body.
We believe in our goals and our voice and our future.
Our rights give us power, our responsibilities make us leaders. Together we rise.
The Convention of the Rights of the Child isn't just a policy, it's protection and responsibility. When our children learn their rights, they are better prepared to take on their responsibility. This public service announcement is brought to you by the Department of Youth.
Let's put everything on the table. People always give their opinion, and you can either take it or crunch it. Let them judge. We give in to the most irresistible flavor. We devour every nugget that falls in our hands, especially when it's our crunchy fried chicken. And let the crumbs fly if needed. Let them keep judging. We'll keep indulging. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
You could talk to your family, talk to your friends. Affordability and convenience. Community connection, that makes sense. Reliability with experience. Hey, for every love, every adventure. #1 provider, they got ya. We tell them your data is always on. You can opt out whenever you want. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want the road. Control my data, yeah, yeah, yeah. Always connected every time, everywhere. Money low, but I never fair. I know, tell them it's there. Connectivity, that's what I like. Flexibility, that's what I like. Reliability, that's what I like. Tell them, sign me up for life. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Come tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to go. Come tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want the road.
Hi, I am Karim Tulen, co-founder of Carib Assist Pro. Our goal is to help busy professionals, elderly, housewives, local, tourists, practically anybody that needs assistance in the day-to-day chores.
We have different services like groceries, do your shopping, and also run your errands. We can provide transportation services for all members of the family, whether it's you on commute or getting the kids to school. House activities and house services that include pet sitting. All of these let us take off your hands and let us make those reservations so you don't have to stress about having a good time.
So you can have less stress and more free time. Through our discretion, we make an impression.
Welcome back again, and this is our featured story this evening on NEWSDESK. We're here with two important individuals from the Digital Government Transformation Project. Welcome. I'll let you guys introduce yourself and your position.
So my name is Femi Badajo. I'm the head of IT for the government of Sint Maarten, and I'm the lead for the digital leadership team, which is the implementing unit on the government side, overseeing the strategic rollout of all these different initiatives under Digital Government Transformation Project.
Welcome to NEWSDESK.
And I am Fabiana Arnell. I am the Department Head of Public Service Center, as well as a member on the digital leadership team, so co-lead to Mr. Badajo here.
All right. Digital government transformation. That's a big word, transformation. I can always guess what this means. I'm sure the public is wondering, what does this mean? ESXM, what is this?
Yeah.
So tell us, what exactly are we talking about? Are we in the future? What's up?
So, very good question. The Digital Government Transformation Project, which was established officially or effective officially in 2022, is actually a project that lays the foundation for modernization. So we're not like jumping ahead to the future. We're not, we still have a way to go. As you mentioned, transformation is like a key word in there. However, it lays the foundation for future modernization, future innovation, not only for government, but for the whole island as well. So the project really focuses on enhancing the efficiency, accessibility, and resilience of selected services. Key word is selected, because we can't do everything at once. Rome wasn't built in one day. So we had to be very strategic on selecting sort of key services to start off with, but then that shows, that's sort of a proof of concept that showcases how other services can be modernized and made more efficient and effectively serve the public.
Wow. The Public Service Center, this is the point where the people meet the government probably the most.
Correct.
So how could you give us an idea of what we could expect changes in the public service in that sector?
Okay. First of all, we are trying to transform the main areas of the main service areas, basically in the government building, as well as our substation in Simpson Bay, which is now temporarily closed for updates and modernization. So that started already. What will also change is we will have faster, simpler, more effective services. So you will no longer have to book an appointment for some services, not all yet. You will no longer have to book an appointment or wait for an appointment day that is maybe all the way maybe January. You can now request these services online with 24/7, 7 days a week, 24 hours in a day. The turnaround time will be also faster, because you don't have to wait until your appointment to get these services. It will be simpler, because you can go online, register, request your service, and click send, and then within 24 to maybe 72 hours after, you get a response. You probably will also receive your documentation. So it's going to be more efficient, faster, and I would say more reliable. And also you will then also be able to, you will be able to be assisted with multiple services as well at once. So if you come in person, you will no longer have to go from point A to point B to point C to return to point A. You will also no longer have to be submitting the same documents over and over. So the idea and the concept is that it's a one-stop service. You come in and you get everything done for as much as possible in person and also online.
Wow, that must take a lot of new coordination amongst all of government. How does that go? I guess that's what the team has to do?
Yes.
That's how it goes?
So basically all of the service departments have been contacted. We are starting, as Femi said, we're starting with a few services first, and then we'll build on those services. Every ministry has a service department that caters to the public and customers, clients. And the idea is that all of these essential services will be merged together, and it becomes more efficient for the customer. So the customer is always at the front of this digitization sector.
Wow, sounds amazing. I know for years, maybe decades, government has been trying to, in a loose way, digitize, paperless. Was there any urgency along the way? What's the difference, let's say, pre-hurricane to now? Because I know it always has been sort of a hard climb uphill to digitize government services, period.
So To your point, yes, we have been trying quite a bit to get to modernize government and digitalize the way that we work. We have made attempts before to go sort of paperless as well. However, at the time with limited resources, limited funding, and it wasn't as big of a priority at that point in time.
Maybe an old building at the time too. That was maybe an issue.
We were transitioning also to the new government building and so forth. So there was a lot of different things that were seen as priority, which fully understand at that point in time. We had to focus on a lot of other things as well. So at least from the ICT perspective, there was a heavy focus on infrastructure, for example, to be established and so forth, and consolidating a lot of remote departments into the government building and so forth. So while we had this vision of going sort of paperless and digitalizing government, we had to kind of pretty much adapt to what the time required for us at the time. However, we had Hurricane Irma. And that sort of sparked this transition, this sort of reprioritization of how do we serve the public more effectively and efficiently. How do we try to reduce our own administrative burden as well within government? You could have quickly seen after Irma a lot of long lines and just waiting time and so forth to receive services. And as my colleague mentioned, persons having to go from desk to desk to be able to receive services as well. And it became more of a priority to say, how do we re-envision service delivery to the public, and how do we use technology to support that? Because at the end of the day, yes, it's a digital project, but it really is about coordination, as you mentioned before. It's about the people and how you re-envision the processes and delivery of those services, and technology is really a tool to help deliver that. So we were fortunate enough to have this highlighted as well. It became a priority and eventually was carved out of the trust fund as well. So supported by the World Bank and NRPB, who has a role to oversee the fiduciary parts of it, the procurement of all the activities, the contract management and so forth. So we work collectively with World Bank and NRPB to deliver this program at the end of the day.
How does the rollout of this project work along with the other major projects going on in government right now? Because you said NRPB, World Bank, we know what's going on. We know since these disasters and the pandemic, we are building back our island in a new way.
Yes.
How does this work along with everything else?
So very good question. It's interesting because we're in an unprecedented time where you have, of course, the funding from the trust fund, as well as funding from TWO and the Netherlands directly after COVID, of course. And so you have a lot of different reforms and projects happening in parallel. And so navigating all these different projects and so forth can face its own challenges as well. However, as I mentioned before, the Digital Government Transformation Project lays the foundation for the digitalization. So there is a little bit of extra coordination because you have a lot of things working in parallel, where there's dependencies that are going to be relying on this project to succeed, to deliver certain foundational products to support those other initiatives as well. So as you start to get into things like exchanging data from system to system, or what we expect to introduce, this national digital ID system in the future, these other systems will also sort of rely on those components to be in place properly to support their initiatives as well. So it requires a lot of prioritization and scheduling and sequencing activities, even though things are happening in parallel.
How is training going? I could imagine the entire civil service now has to be trained with this.
What I forgot to mention earlier, though, that something that also will be more efficient is a multilingual support, because when you're digital, you can choose whatever language you wish to have your tech gadget speak to you. Core training will be not only be provided for civil servants, but also for the public as well.
Oh, wow.
Because we do realize that the public has to be sensitized. They have to understand how the system works, how to go online and request their own, as my colleague said, the digital ID. So all of these things are going to be, how would you say, are being planned, and it will be done as early as January 2026. That's our target. Yeah. That's our target. Wow. To start the training sessions. The staff will be trained on the different, the new way how the system will work, first and foremost, how to troubleshoot, how to assist customers, and it's not so that it will only be digital, so it will be basically hybrid. Right. So you still have some customers, the older customers just feel they have to come into the building. They prefer the one-on-one communication. So that will not stop. So you will still have the opportunity to come in person to be assisted. However, we are asking those who can work with the digital systems to utilize the digital systems, because we have to continue with the world. The world, we can't stay behind. Agreed. And right now you can stay from here, and maybe you can order whatever you want online. It's the same concept. It's just now that you're ordering your documents and ordering certain services.
Right. Wow. There's so much we could continue to talk about, but it seems to me that digital government is here. Y'all seem ready. The public has to get ready, and the civil service has to get ready. Correct. That's all the time we have for today, but we definitely need to have you guys back, because this is being rolled out. And you said January, that's soon, that's soon, that's soon. You guys have any last words to the public or to our NEWSDESK viewers about what to expect?
Well, as I mentioned before, it is a transformation. So it's going to take, of course, some time, and this is a project. So it does have an end date. We're looking at Q1 of 2027, where the project will come to a closure, but that doesn't mean the transformation stops at that point. So we are also developing sort of a roadmap to look at, how do we continue after the end of the project to further enhance other services as well that were not part of the selected services, of course, and to improve and increase the adoption on the island, of course, at the end of the day. One thing that my colleague also mentioned, and I think it was a very key point that she mentioned, was, of course, the fact that we're not eliminating the in-person interaction with the public. That is very, very important. But they will also feel the effects of the digital transformation, even if they come in person, because now, instead of going from desk to desk, you can go, one stop, as she mentioned before, and receive those services, and all the interactions happen behind the scenes from system to system. Right. So it does still have a benefit to those that come in person as well. And it is something that we hope that the public will embrace, and as well as feel confident that, we've taken all the measures to secure things, to highlight the privacy aspect of it, the protection behind things, and that we really want to make sure that the public embraces this sort of change that is coming.
Excellent.
And for everyone, the digital services is designed to make government services simpler, faster, more efficient, and more accessible, no matter your age, no matter the language, no matter your ability or digital skill level. So don't be afraid to go online and request your services, but we're also there still that you can come in person and request services.
Wonderful. This was the Digital Government Transformation Project. This is just the intro. Look out for more. It's almost here, or it's here, and it's going to keep being here. So it's time for us to continue to digitize. Thank you for watching NEWSDESK today, and see you on the next one.
That's all the time we have for today's edition of St. Maarten NEWSDESK.
Thank you for joining us. Remember, new episodes premiere every weekday morning at 8 a.m. on TV15, and then across all social media platforms. I'm also Lawrence.
And I'm just here in Lazaro, wishing you an amazing weekend. See you on Monday.
Yeah, and all weekend. Just stay friendly.